I'm down here at the Sioux City Convention Center with a pair of all GPAC first-team performers. One game, 40 minutes is all that stood between Morningside and a fourth national championship. Siouxland is home to 8 ranked volleyball teams in Iowa, but somehow Ridgeview and Lawton Bronson aren't among them. Over 26,000 fans were in attendance at the first 2 days of the Iowa High School State Track Meet. Western Christian has been a machine in Iowa's Class 2A the last few years, winning the last 3 state titles. Less than 5% of the brackets on ESPN.com had UAB winning. Mine? Not one of them. We know Siouxland has some of the best track and field athletes in the entire state, and just to prove it, here's my list of runners, my little cheat sheet. It's 13 pages long. Between rookies and veterans, the Sioux City Bandits had about 35 guys try out for the team this year, all of whom are pretty good at football. And then there was one other guy. That'll do it for us down here tonight, but you heard the man. If you can't make it down tonight, come out to the Muskies games on Friday or Saturday.
He had unbelievable vision. He could run inside, he could run outside. He was the best kid that I coached.
Brandon Weger's record-setting 3,238 rushing yards his senior season at Bishop Heelan earned him a spot with the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I definitely did the right things in high school in terms of getting to where I wanted to go in football.
Records continued to fall in Iowa City as Weger's 8 rushing touchdowns set a freshman mark.
It was one of the best years of my life. I mean, I loved playing football at Iowa. I mean, I had a lot of great experiences, a lot of great friends. That was an experience that I'll never forget.
But his time in the national spotlight was short-lived. Off-the-field issues forced Weger to leave the program after just 1 season.
I lost everything I worked my entire life for. I was in a different place mentally.
Over the next couple of years, Brandon struggled to find a home, spending short stints at Oklahoma and Iowa Western without ever playing a down, all while continuing to grow off the field.
My son was only a couple months at the time, but my fiance had to endure the struggles I was going through, and I mean, I really put that on her. That's one of my biggest regrets.
In 2013, after 3 years away from football, Weger got a shot with NAIA powerhouse Morningside, where things began to fall into place on and off the field.
Having my son in my life, I mean, it obviously changed me. I mean, really forced me to grow up.
Saw him as a great father, and you know, his son was around here often with him, and the interaction was great.
In 2 seasons with the Mustangs, Weger ran for more than 3,800 yards, including an NAIA record 2,610 last season.
I wasn't going to let anything stop me. I set a goal, a clear goal, which was to break the single-season rushing record in the NAIA level.
Those numbers, a solid showing in the Medal of Honor Bowl, and an impressive pro day all have Weger in the NFL conversation.
It'd be nice to play in the NFL, but that's not my main goal. My main goal is to be a starter in the NFL. It may not be in year 1, it may not be in year 2, but my goal is to be a starter in the NFL, and I believe I have what it takes. From
football purgatory to possibly playing on Sundays, it's been a long and winding road for Brandon Weger.
I'd just be proud to say, you know, I know the man and had an opportunity to coach him.
He's proved to people that he can deal with adversity and make it a positive, and you know, who wouldn't want to take a chance on somebody like that?
I've definitely had time to reflect on it, and it's a journey, you know, and I'm proud of where I've come, and I mean, I wouldn't change anything about it.
A few hundred feet of water, the Missouri River, is all that separates Iowa and Nebraska. But for some couples like Craig and Julie Berenstein, the rivalry between the Hawkeyes and the Huskers is much closer than that. Before moving to and growing up in Sioux City, Craig was born in Iowa City, and it still holds a special place in his heart.
The black and gold runs pretty deep in my family. My parents both went to the university, and my twin brother went to the University of Iowa. I went for undergraduate and law school.
Craig's wife, Julie, is actually from Iowa, but after moving to Nebraska, she knew where she would go to college.
We lived in Nebraska. My older brother and my older sister went to Nebraska, and it just seemed like it was the family thing to do.
Putting the rivalry aside, Craig and Julie actually got engaged before heading to a game at Kinnick Stadium. But even then, his love for the Hawkeyes was obvious.
I found out when we were on the road that if I had said no to the proposal, there would not be a game. Well, there would be a game in Iowa City, but I wouldn't be there. I was no longer invited if the answer was no.
Luckily, Julie said yes, and now the couple can enjoy the yearly Black Friday rivalry.
It's always a lot of fun. It's very good-natured competition.
Nobody wants to say too much till the game gets going and we kind of see how it's going to play out, because you don't want to have to eat your words.
To complicate the marital rivalry, Craig and Julie had 2 kids.
We had a Halloween costume for our daughter when she was probably 4. She had a Hawkeye cheerleading outfit, and she had a Nebraska cheerleading outfit. And she wore them both.
But when it came time to pick a college, the Hawkeyes won out.
Well, I feel like I've sort of crossed the line. I don't know if that means I've gone to the dark side. I guess Husker fans would think.
I suppose the fact that we pay tuition for 2 college students, that
makes
gives
a
you
difference.
A little bit more.
Yeah. I think I can wear the yellow and gold. Or the gold and
black and gold?
Black and gold. I can wear the black and gold.
Football, softball, baseball, soccer, just another week of action here in Siouxland, and another typical week for the ABC 9 top plays. As always, these are made by local athletes for local viewers. We kick things off at the GPAC baseball tournament. Mo Hancox Jr. must be friends with Bugs Bunny because he found MJ's secret stuff. First, in the opener against Midland, bunt, psych, dinger, 3-run shot to left. Then the next day against Northwestern, this might be the farthest home run I've ever seen at Bishop Mueller Field. All the way to the top of the hill out there in left. What an absolute bomb. For play number 4, we continue with the conference tournaments. NSIC softball action, and Wayne State's Jordan King absolutely smokes one. In the words of Crash Davis, anything hit that far ought to have a stewardess on it. No free steaks for everybody. It doesn't hit the bull. But again, what an absolute shot. No word yet on if it's still traveling. From the diamond to the pitch, play number 3 takes us to Heelan for the Crusaders and SBL. The Warriors' Devin Zimmerman, working hard for the ball, eventually gets a chance to head it home for a goal. This is a kid who played defense most of his career, now getting a chance to score some goals and taking advantage of it. Play number 2, we stay on the pitch. East hosting SBL. This time it's East getting in the action, and Ulysses Ochoa, I'd say he had his Wheaties for breakfast. An absolute rocket off the foot to the back of the net, or in the words of famous announcer Martin Tyler, like a thunderbolt from the hand of Zeus, an absolutely magisterial strike. East went on to win it 2-0 as well. Play number 1 takes us from football to football. The Bandits hosting Wichita on Friday night. Force line up for a field goal, but big Darius Davis has other plans. He gets a trash can lid on it. Marcus Miles is there to scoop it up and house it. That's 6'4", 265 pounds of man rumbling into the end zone. No big man touchdown dance, but it's still good enough for the ABC 9 top play of the week. A few weeks ago, Iowa fans in Siouxland got a treat when Chuck Long was in town at the Sertoma Sports Banquet. Tonight, more current Hawkeyes were in Sioux City for the iClub Banquet. This year, basketball coach Fran McCaffrey and wrestling coach Tom Brands were the headliners here at the convention center. Both men, of course, have some history in Siouxland. Brands and his twin brother Terry, the associate wrestling coach, are both from Sheldon. McCaffrey spent a lot of time here a few years back, recruiting East Adam Woodbury and South Sioux's Mike Gazelle. Both Brands and McCaffrey happy to be back. And believe it or not, Mike and Woody gonna be seniors this upcoming season. Some more D1 basketball news. Tyler Borchers of Lamar's will now continue his career at the University of South Dakota. His family confirmed to ABC 9 Sports tonight. Borchers had been committed to Morningside, but a strong finish to his senior season put him on the Coyotes' radar. Now Borchers will head to Vermilion without a scholarship for the time being, but he will have the potential to earn one. Congratulations to Tyler. For the second straight year, Siouxland is sending somebody to the NFL. Last year, it was George Little Rock alum Tyler Starr going to the Atlanta Falcons. This year, it's Brandon Weger heading to their divisional rival, Carolina Panthers. While he wasn't drafted over the weekend, Weger announced today that he'd agreed to a 3-year deal with the Panthers. Former Heelan, Iowa, and Morningside back will head to Charlotte on Thursday to officially sign with the team and begin off-season workouts. Carolina does have 5 other running backs on their roster right now, but Weger says he's excited for the opportunity and ready to start this next challenge. Best of luck to Brandon as he heads to Carolina. Finally, East alum Dom Thompson-Williams committed to continue his baseball career at South Carolina. He spent the last 2 years at Iowa Western, where he helped the Reavers win the national championship in 2013, joining a team that has won a couple of national titles.